You are listening to Watching Matchpoint Canada, Canada's premier tennis podcast. I'm Ben Lewis, and so happy to be joined by first-time guest on the show, Canadian tennis player who recently won his first ever Grand Slam match in doubles at the U.S. Open, Cleeve Harper. So awesome to have you on the show. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Thanks. Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a good time to catch up because we'll get into the U.S. Open, but I know you're now settled in Halifax and gearing up for a Davis Cup tie, representing Canada. I mean, that's a good place to start. What type of pride or feeling do you have, kind of rocking the red and white and representing your country at an event like this?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge privilege and a great accomplishment. I'm super happy to be on the team. It was my first Davis Cup back in February, when we played against Hungary, which was a really cool experience. Even though I wasn't playing, it was awesome just to be there with the team and get a feel for everything. You know, going through college, I was kind of used to the team environment, and now obviously on the pro tour, I still miss that. So it's nice to have the Davis Cup to kind of remind me of that, of the team event that we went through in college. So
Yeah, for sure. The team camaraderie is special in Davis Cup. I want to get into a bit of your tennis journey for Canadian tennis fans who don't know your name yet or are beginning to learn your name. And you're kind of leaving your mark in doubles, but I know you were born Western Canada, Calgary, Alberta. Where did the tennis journey sort of start off? When did you start playing and pick up the racket? And when did it become something more than maybe just a game?
yeah, it started quite late for me. I started with soccer from 3 to 13, and I skied from about then as well. So those were my two main sports I played. Yeah, my dad played hockey, but my mom wouldn't let me get into that. So we decided not to go with that. But yeah, I've started tennis when I was about 9. My mom put me in a lesson, a couple times a week, maybe here and there. And then when I was about 10, I started playing a few times a week at Rico's Tennis Academy in Calgary. Yeah, that's basically where my tennis journey started, and I ended up following my coach Phil Nemec. He was another Canadian player from back in the day, to Hilton Head, South Carolina, where I trained at an academy for 5 years. And I met a coach there named BJ Stearns. This was at Smith Stearns Academy, so Stan Smith and BJ Stearns and Billy Stearns were the kind of founders of it. And BJ Stearns played at the University of Texas. So he kind of decided, well, he allowed me to get the chance to go visit and get recruited by the school there. I didn't have a ton of offers, but yeah, he kind of helped me out and led the way for me to go there. And yeah, I spent my college years there, and now I'm here playing pro.
Yeah, the college years. I mean, it's interesting to hear you say you didn't have that many prospects because you had a really successful college career, specifically in doubles. And people will know that the name Elliot Spizzirri, who's obviously transitioned to now a successful pro career. What was the learning curve like going from, I guess, being a junior and into that college tennis environment? And why do you think you had that success and were able to thrive there?
Yeah, I mean, going through the juniors, I wasn't the best player, but I really improved a lot during my time at Smith Stearns, and it kind of gave me the opportunity to play college tennis, because otherwise I probably would have never played at all. But yeah, once I got to college, you know, I was a part of a team that won the whole thing the first semester I was there, and yeah, I wasn't going to play, so I decided to redshirt. And it was a great opportunity for me. I was able to get in the gym, you know, get ahead in school, kind of figure out the life balance of college tennis. And because it's not easy, a lot of guys struggle. And I kind of had that first year under my belt where I just got to train with the guys, get in the gym, get used to everything. And yeah, I felt great going in my first freshman year. We had another great recruiting class with I think it was like 5 top 25 American guys coming in. So I knew it was still going to be tough to have an opportunity to play. But, I managed to squeak in that freshman year, playing six and playing doubles. Yeah, and it kind of just went from there. I ended up improving every year. I just tried to work my hardest and show to the coaches that I'm a team player and that I'll do anything to get a point on the board for the team. And that was kind of my mentality all the way through college, and I honestly loved it. It was so fun playing for the team. I didn't really like playing the individual tournaments in the fall. All I wanted to do was play the team matches. And yeah, going through the 5 years with that group of guys was so fun. They're like my brothers now. We hang out all the time. We've got reunions going on.
Oh, amazing! That's awesome.
Fun, so, yeah.
That's really cool. And well, it's cool to hear you're very like obviously team oriented, and what makes me think of your tennis career here is more of a doubles career than a singles career. Maybe you'll agree or disagree with this comparison. I think of like singles doubles. If you take a baseball pitcher, I never think a pitcher begins as they don't begin as a reliever. They begin as the starter and then maybe transition to being a reliever. Did something similar for you happen? You kind of start as a singles player and then everything was just kind of clicking in the doubles, or where are you at with that? Are you sort of all in on the doubles, or do you want to still do a mix of both?
Yeah. Through the juniors, I kind of wanted to play both. I was still going for singles, and through college, I did really well in singles as well. But I kind of just, when we were playing the doubles matches, I just really loved it, and I like playing with another teammate all the time. And yeah, I know I had a lot of success throughout college, and I figured, yeah, you know what, maybe after school's done, I'll give doubles a go. I still play singles. I really enjoy it. I train singles a lot, to be honest. It helps with my doubles game. But yeah, I just think moving forward, like full time, I have a great shot of making it deep in doubles and competing for Grand Slams in the next few years. So that's kind of what I want to do. I've always loved it, and yeah, I'm going to try to go for that.
Yeah, and look, you're doing great. You're inside the top 90. You turned pro summer of last year. What was the hardest part of that transition, and what's been maybe some of the easier aspects, kind of feeling out the experience of being an ATP touring professional and handling the consistent year-round schedule?
Yeah, it's been different, kind of traveling with a team and having everything set up for you for so many years. At school, Bruce, my head coach, made everything so easy for us all the time. He had everything set up. We never had to worry about anything. Now I'm kind of on my own. I've started working with a coach the last few weeks, which has been really great. Dan Kiernan, who's a great doubles coach. And I'm going to keep going forward with him. But, the first year or so, I was kind of on my own traveling. It was tough. It's lonely. But, if it's something you really want to do, you gotta make sacrifices, and there's going to be time periods where you're going through ups and downs, and you kind of just got to find a way through it if you want to make it to the highest level. But it was nice. I had a lot of teammates, including Elliot, and then Liam Draxl, who's one of my best friends, who I've traveled a lot with. So, and then on the Challenger Tour, you make so many friends. A lot of the guys are super friendly. You get to know them, which is nice. But it's just a different feel than the college team environment.
I wanted to get into your friend and doubles partner Liam Draxl, because you have 6 doubles challengers titles. 5 of them have been alongside the fellow Canadian. We've had Liam on the show a couple of times. Talk about how you guys gel so well on the court. I had a chance to watch you guys courtside at the National Bank Open. There's just so much energy with the two of you at all times. How do you find you guys complement each other on the court?
Yeah, I love playing with Liam. We played through the juniors for quite a few years as well. We had a lot of success, and then we went our own paths with college. He went to Kentucky, I went to Texas. Would have been fun if we if we'd played all 4 or 5 years together. But we tried to play some pro tournaments every now and then starting this past like year, we've played quite a bit. Yeah, I really just think the energy we bring to the table, and the chemistry, we move super well together. I kind of always know where he's going to be. He knows where I am. We know what kind of shots we're going to hit. It just everything works super well together. And honestly, I think that's the biggest part of making it in doubles is finding someone you gel super well with. Because if you're flipping around partner to partner all the time, it makes it super tough to make it. The best teams in the world, they're the ones that stick together for months and even years, and they find that chemistry together, which kind of leads to success. But yeah, I mean, playing with Liam's a blast. Obviously, he's focused on singles as his priority, so we can't play all the time. And I'm moving up the rankings to where I'm getting into some bigger tournaments, and sometimes it's tough for us to get in together. But yeah, I'm hoping he keeps climbing the rankings in singles. And I mean, if we get high enough, we can play any tournament together. So
Yeah, no, and you guys are both doing fantastic. I mean, speaking of bigger tournaments, nothing really bigger than Flushing Meadows in the U.S. Open final Grand Slam of the season. Not only the opportunity to play there, but also deliver a first round win. Just what are your reflections of that experience in New York, getting to play at the U.S. Open and getting a win there?
yeah, it was an unbelievable experience. I hadn't played any of the junior Grand Slams growing up, so I've never been to any of them, and I hadn't really been to New York at all. So kind of going there for the U.S. Open was for my first slam was really cool. It was a great experience, checking out New York and everything it has to offer. And then obviously the site is unbelievable. The stadium courts, the outside courts, all the venues and everything they have there. It makes it super special. But yeah, it was a fun tournament. I got in with Julian Rohaire. We started as the first alternate, but usually a lot of teams end up pulling out, and a few did. We ended up getting in, and we played the French team first round. Had a battle. I think it was like 2 hours, 40-minute doubles match, which
That's
I'd
long.
never really played that long before.
Yeah.
But I honestly wish all the tournaments were like that, because playing with the deuce points and then a full third set with a 10-point tiebreak, it makes it a lot of fun. You kind of in a lot of these doubles matches, you're kind of out there for maybe an hour 30 max, and like sometimes you don't even get a feel for the ball, and you're never able to find your highest level. But when you're out there for like 2 hours kind of grinding, like you start to find your level, and I think the best tennis comes out of you in those matches. So I kind of wish they would do that for all tournaments. It's not that physical. I think
Right.
most people should be able to handle that, if
No,
you're
for
a pro
sure.
tennis player. So, but yeah, I had a blast. Playing with Rohaire was a cool experience. He's a veteran on the doubles tour. And he's been around everything. He's won Grand Slams. He's made it deep in every tournament. So that was cool to kind of pick his brain and learn a little bit, about what he's gone through and what I can work on, and what I have to do to kind of make it in the doubles tour.
It's interesting. Doubles does not usually get the fanfare that singles does. We obviously know that, but I don't think I've ever recalled doubles getting as talked about as it was at this U.S. Open. And obviously, the mixed doubles, mixed event lead in the previous week kind of set that all up. Just as a doubles player, what were your thoughts on that kind of lead in week event? Do you think that's something that could be good for the sport of doubles moving forward as a showcase, or is it something, unfortunately, that's excluding some of you guys from getting to compete?
Yeah, I mean, it's my first year, so like I wasn't too bothered by it. Maybe
Right.
a few more of the older guys that are playing and have kind of grinded through the tour probably deserve a shot to be out there. But I don't know. For me, I thought it was cool to watch some of the other guys play some doubles and mixed doubles, and the doubles team ended up actually winning the mixed doubles, so they
Mhm.
showed they were the best team out there, anyways. But yeah, I think it's great to bring more fans to doubles. I think once people start getting out there and watching, like some of the points you're having, it's fast paced. A lot of older people, that's all they play is doubles. So I feel like once other fans realize that the doubles is really fun, even if it's not on the main courts. Like even for my match, we had a full stadium on Stadium Court 11, which was really cool. I've never had that many fans at a pro match in my life. So it was really entertaining, and hopefully we're bringing some good points to the table for them to watch. But yeah, I think in general a lot of people are going to realize that doubles is really fun, and hopefully we'll get a bigger presence.
Yeah, I certainly hope so too, and we'll see if other Grand Slams make any changes. Looking into the weekend, Davis Cup tie, Canada versus Israel in Halifax. I know Felix, obviously he had a big time run at the U.S. Open, reaching the semis, so he's not in. But it's kind of like a young college crew, really. We look at Gabriel Diallo and Liam from Kentucky are there from Texas. What is the team vibe going in? Obviously, Frank as captain, how do you guys feel about your team and your chances leading into the weekend?
Yeah, I feel good to go. I mean, all the guys on the team are my good friends, and we played college tennis together, so it's kind of a cool team to have. Obviously, Felix did unreal at the U.S. Open, and he's getting married in the coming weeks, so it makes sense for him to take a bit of a break. But yeah, we got Gab, who's top 30, top 35 in the world. So we're still going to do great. And then Liam and Alexi, whoever plays singles there as well. And then whoever Frank ends up putting in for doubles, I'm sure we'll do great. Yeah, it's cool. We got Frank as our team captain. We have Vashik as one of our other assistant coaches as well. So it's really cool to have him out here, kind of learning from him, especially for me playing doubles. He was
Mm-hmm.
obviously an unbelievable singles player, but also one of the best doubles players, and he's given me quite a few tips and advice to improve my game already. So it's been fun sharing the court with those guys.
I don't want to look too far ahead, but I mean, you were on the roster in February, didn't play. Do you feel like this could be kind of your moment to step in for a tie? Obviously, especially with you and Liam having so much experience playing dubs together.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. I think it would be really cool for Liam and I to play together. Unfortunately, there's no fans, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll be bringing the energy and trying to get a point on the board for the team. So
Yeah, I want to ask you about the U.S. Open before we get into a few rapid fire questions to close. I mean, it's interesting. We've transitioned out of this extraordinary Big Three era, though Novak Djokovic continues to go on, and now we have, it feels like, two generational players in Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. What's it like to be kind of a part of this generation playing right now when you have these two superstars? And what did you make of the final?
yeah, I mean, those guys, they're unbelievable. I've never kind of seen that level of tennis. I mean, Yannick's baseline ground stroke game is so good. And then Carlos is just like an unbelievable talent. He's so athletic, so gifted when it comes to tennis. Yeah, I mean, I thought the final was good. Carlos just played like too well. I mean, Yannick had been playing quite well going into those, like coming through those matches and coming into the final. But Carlos kind of like mixes the ball pace up. He's got the slice. He's got obviously crazy power. He's super athletic. It's sometimes a tough matchup for Yannick, obviously, Yannick's been doing unbelievable as well. So it's pretty cool to see, two young guys kind of taking over tennis. They're probably going to break a lot of records from what I'm seeing right now.
Certainly feels that way, the way these two are rolling. Let's wrap with some rapid fire questions to kind of put you on the spot, learn a little bit more about you before we let you go, Cleeve. First question, are you a morning or a night person?
Night.
Okay. Day or night match?
Night.
Stick with that theme. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay. What's your favorite pre-match meal?
Sushi.
Okay. And post-match meal?
Probably a steak.
Nice. Your favorite shot to hit on the tennis court?
Volleys.
Who's the player you looked up to the most when you were a kid?
Probably Rafael Nadal.
Okay. Person you'd most like to meet?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, this is not going to be rapid fire.
It's tricky.
Man. Oh, wow. I really have to think of this one. I mean, Nadal would be cool.
For sure.
But outside of tennis, I feel like I've got to pick someone outside of tennis, though.
Yeah, fair.
Let me see. I don't even know.
What's your other like go-to sport that you like to watch?
Hockey for sure. Yeah, maybe like Sidney Crosby or something would be cool.
Yeah, I like that. Favorite tournament you've ever played?
I mean, probably the U.S. Open now.
Sure.
But other than that, I would say I played one in Bastad, Sweden, which was really cool.
Nice. What's a city you haven't been to that you'd love to visit?
Tokyo.
Nice. Can definitely go there for a tournament for sure. That would be very cool. As we wrap up, what is your dream tournament to win?
Probably Wimbledon.
Okay. And Wimbledon and Rogers, yeah, that's a good answer. Or National Bank Open. What is your top college memory on the tennis court?
I mean, winning NCAAs in 2019 and then winning the doubles in 2022 are probably going to be tough to beat. But yeah, any of the runs we had to the semis and finals with my main team were super fun as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Cleeve, thanks so much for taking the time. It's been cool to learn a bit more about you and your journey. It's great to see you have so much success in doubles, and we wish you the best, not just in the Davis Cup tie, but moving forward with your career as well.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate you having me.
Thank you guys so much for watching us at Matchpoint Canada. If you like our work, follow along, hit the subscribe button below.